Hi guys, it's Jenny and today we're doing a back bend flow, so something to open up the upper back and a little bit of the shoulders as well. And by the end we might be able to get into bridge pose. So we're going to start off with the little guys. We're going to start off warming up the wrists, so come on all fours and just start moving around. Nothing too crazy, you don't need to put all your weight on the wrist, keep some weight in your legs. Just moving around and getting them used to carrying some weight. And then turn the fingertips out. We're just going to move side to side. A little bit more weight if you want as they start to get warmer. You're just trying to get your shoulder to come over your fingertips. And then fingertips back, same thing. Your shoulders want to come behind your fingertips. And the more you can get that to happen without the wrist lifting, the more of a stretch you'll feel. And then fingertips forwards. This one we can usually get the most range, so go forwards, shoulders over fingertips, then come back. Shoulders forwards, come back. Only go as far as you're feeling a stretch, but you're not feeling pain. You don't want to hurt your wrists in a warm-up. Okay, go into the backs of the hands, side to side. You'll probably need to take a lot more weight into your legs because generally we're not as strong on when our wrists are flexed. We just don't do it very much. So same side to side, you're trying to get your shoulder over your fingertips or in front of your fingertips. And then just back, forward and backwards, side to side. And then forwards. So be really gentle, like don't push yourself to the point of pain with these at all. Just want to get some movement there. Alright, so back onto a comfortable hand position, fingertips facing forwards. We're going to keep the elbows straight and we'll start doing shoulder circles. So we want to get big range of motion with the shoulders and not just moving the elbows or bobbing the head. So pull your shoulder blades together, push them forwards, push them down, push them back. Nice big circles. You're getting some upper back movement here as well, which is really nice. And then backwards. So we are doing full range of motion. You don't just want your hips to be going as well, so really focus on the upper back. If you do really struggle, you can do it without your hands on the floor. Some people find this a bit easier because there's no limitation, you can just move your entire arm. Okay, so then we're going to move into the back. We're going to do some cat-cow, so we're staying in this position, but we're going to arch as much as you can. Push your chest forward, so I do tend to arch quite in my lower back, but I'm going to think about pushing my chest forwards. And even if it doesn't look different, you want to try and feel the arch in your upper back as well, in your thoracic spine. And then round, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis, push up, spread your shoulder blades apart, and then arch. Same again, we are pushing the hips up, but we're also trying to push the chest through, open the thoracic as much as we can. And reverse, rounding it up, tucking the chin, stretching your neck, tucking your pelvis, and then arch. A couple more, go a little bit faster, arching them up, pushing up, rounding the shoulders, everything is up, and then switch, everything's down, push the chest up, bum up, one more time, arching, rounding. And then arching. Cool, just give yourself a little bit of a shake. Boop, boop. And getting your spine moving. You can come up, give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to go into child's pose. So nice and easy. So we're just going to stretch forwards. So we're stretching our shoulders forwards, stretching our back, making our spine nice and long, and sitting your bum back onto your heels. Your feet can be however you feel comfortable. And then just rest your head on the ground if you can. And breathe. think about walking your fingertips more forwards. So you're really getting a stretch in your lats. You're feeling that you are reaching as if you were reaching up, as if you were stood up, but obviously we're horizontal. Take your right hand over to your left hand, stretch so you can look under your arm. You're stretching that right hand side, reaching over nice and far. And then switch both hands over to the right hand side. You're stretching your left. Okay, and then we're going to bring our hips up to puppy pose. So that's where your hips are over your knees, and we're going to drop our chest down again. So you can see it's a bit more of a stretch of your upper back. My microphone just fell. 1 second. And the aim is to get the chest to the floor, but there's no worries if you're still feeling the stretch. That's good. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can lift your palms up so you're on the fingertips. Increases the angle of your shoulder. And breathe. Pushing your chest down. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Coming back up. Excellent. So, should have got a little bit of movement in that whole upper back region, and we will move on to some Zenith rotations. Okay, so Zenith rotations are the classic upper back thoracic mobility opener, but sometimes they get rushed and you don't get the full benefit. So we're going to go through them kind of slowly today. We're going to sit back on our heels, and this is to lock the lower back in place. When you're up here, you can sort of like twist and move, which you don't want. Put your right hand down in the middle, left hand up on your head, and we're going to start by going as far as we can. And this is going to be our starting point. And then from here, we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist. So you're going to push into the ground using this hand and rotate from your upper back. Don't just turn your head around to see what's behind you. From this new position, deep breath in. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. So if you didn't make progress every breath, that's fine, as long as you're trying to. So you can see how that gets you a little bit further than just doing reps. Same on the other side, left hand down, right hand at the head. Go to your furthest point, then inhale, exhale, twist, inhale, exhale, twist, inhale, exhale, twist. One more time. And twist. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. And relax in. Okay, we're going to go back to the first side. We're just going to do 3 reps this time, but we can start hopefully at a much higher place because we're already opened up. So deep breath in. Exhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale, hold. 3, 2, 1. And relax in, then back to the other side. Left hand down, right hand up. Twist as far as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And relax down. Good. Okay, so that is obviously much better than just going up and down, up and down, up and down. Got a lot more range. For this next one, you're going to need something to lie over. I've got a foam roller here. You can use a foam roller. You can even use the end of a sofa or a stool or chair or anything. So you can pause if you need to go grab something. if you're ready, we'll get stuck in. So whereas Zenith rotation does rotation each side, now we're going to do both sides together. But again, it's important that we do this right in order to get the benefits. We're going to lie back on our prop, on my roller, and instead of just like lying over like this and all I'm doing is arching from this part of my back, I'm going to try and tuck my lower back and just extend using my upper back, so I don't get as far at all. And I'm going to hold my head just for a bit of comfort, but just don't let that lower back arch and think that you're doing really well. Keep that tucked, and we just want the extension to come from the upper back. Just going to lay here for about 30 seconds or so. Keep tucking. As you relax, you might find your arch, so keep that lower back tucked. Don't get so obsessed with getting backwards that you actually miss the benefits of the exercise. A nice bonus of holding your head though is actually you can open your elbows, which is nice. A nice extra opener too, stretching the pecs a little bit. Keeping it tucked, arching the upper back. Anyone know how long it's been? 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Good. Whew, come up nice and slow. That is all we will need that roller for. We won't come back to it, so you can move it out of the way. But yeah, so we've rotated the spine, we've then extended it, and now we're going to start using that extension into something that starts to look a little bit like a bridge. If you've got the Simplistic Mobility Method, you'll have done this one before. It's called a thoracic bridge. So we're going to have one hand on the ground and one hand is free. So it's like we're just doing it on one side, makes it a little bit easier. You're going to plant your feet just wherever feels comfortable, distance away from your hand. Push up into that hand that's on the ground and lift your hips. You might want to adjust, as you start to lift, you might want a little bit more space, you might need a bit closer. That's okay. Lift up the hips, and we're balancing on this arm. Your second arm can stay here, or you could start to push up even further towards a bridge, push the hips up to the ceiling, and as you do that, push your chest up to the ceiling and look up. This hand can then come over your head. So I'm pretty much in a bridge position now. This other hand is just a little bit off the floor. And come back down nice and slow. Don't want to make yourself dizzy, so move kind of slow with this one. So same again, you can lift your hips and keep low, or lift your hips even higher, hand over the top. And then down. One more time, lifting your hips, pushing up, and down. I said one more time, we're going to do one more time. And this time we're going to hold it. So pushing up, and we're just going to hold for about 10 seconds. You can check your neck is relaxed, so you're not, bunching up at the traps. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Easy peasy. So we've done a bridge, essentially, on one hand now. We're going to do the other hand, so left hand down on the floor, feet planted wherever feels comfortable. We're going to do 3 bridges, and then a hold again. So however high you want to go. First one, maybe you stick nice and low. Keep this arm down, keep your hips fairly normal. The second one, you might go a little bit higher, rotating this hip up to the ceiling, chest up, look up, down. And the third one, you might go up, 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 really reaching this hand over and down. And then hold wherever you feel comfortable. So pushing up, about 10-second hold. If you're shaking, that's a good thing. 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Cool. So that was a one-arm bridge pretty much. That might be enough for you, so you can come back to that progression later on when we do the bridge. But we've got one more stretch to do first. You just need a wall. If you don't have a wall handy, hopefully you do, you can use a chair or anything like your stairs or anything that's slightly high up. You're just going to put your hands on the wall and you're going to take a couple of steps back and then push down. You've probably seen this one before. So we've got, it's another thoracic extension exercise. So you can see I kind of do it automatically. I stick my bum up to help me get a little bit more range. Now when we're doing the bridge, you will be able to use your lumbar spine for sure, but it's usually the thoracic that holds us back. So you can tuck the pelvis again, really try and eliminate the help from the lower back and then push down from the upper back and the shoulders. I actually saw a nice variation of this on Rehab U the other day, where you put the backs of your hands on the wall, get a little bit more of a lat stretch. So you could try that if you want, see if that feels good for you. And then back up. Okay, so from there we can either go back to the thoracic bridge. We're going to go for a couple more actual bridge variations now. The first one's going to be at the wall, which is good if you don't have the full extension. You can use the wall to get into a partial bridge. I personally like to rotate into a bridge, so I would put a hand on the wall just loosely, you know, I'm not pressed up against it, just loosely on the wall, rotate my body and then look back until I find the wall. You can see my voice goes all weird because it's a big extension. If that's too much though, what you can do is like walk back to the wall till your fingertips touch. You don't need to get your whole palms, just the fingertips. And then walk forwards, keeping the hips forwards until you can push away from the wall. So this is like your very first bridge with both hands, making sure your neck is relaxed. You could play around with your pelvis position a little bit, see what you can do and hold it there. And then over time you could try and get a bit lower, a bit lower, a bit lower. Another nice one is to put your feet on something like a sofa, but we're not going to do that today. You can either do the wall one and hold it with me, or if you're more proficient, I say, you've done bridge before, we're going to just do a bridge hold on the floor and we'll just see, can we hold it for about 20 seconds or so. So do the wall progression, rotate into it or push into it, or with me, whoop, you can do a floor bridge. Okay, so lie down on the floor, put your hands back by your shoulders, elbows up, fingertips pointing to the toes. Bring your feet a little bit closer than you normally would for a glute bridge, for example. Hips up, palms down, push onto the top of your head and then push up into a bridge. And we're going to hold this. You can move forward and backwards. If you are on the wall, same thing, you can move around. In some ways I find the wall one a little bit harder, but obviously it is a great progression if you cannot push up into the bridge. Yeah, the feet on a sofa is awesome too. So I wonder if I have space to show you in my shot here. So it takes away the angle. So you put your feet up onto something like a sofa, a step, stool, chair, and exactly the same setup. You lift the hips, hands on the floor, onto the top of your head and push up. So you've got a bridge, but just a much lower angle. Okay, so hopefully you got to do either the wall bridge, the floor bridge, and maybe that little extra sofa bridge that I just showed you at the end. And if not, you still had the thoracic bridge that you can work with. Otherwise, the other stretches in this video should have been great little openers for your upper back, especially if you spend a lot of time working at a computer and you're very rounded forwards. This is a great way to open you up. So hope you enjoyed it, hope you feel awesome. I'll see you next time.